What up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Kavion. If you're new, welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about how to get a job as a teenager with no experience. For those of you who have been subscribed to me, know I actually did a video like this before. This is more of an updated version, a more newer version. I feel like this is very important like right now because most people are looking for jobs, especially teenagers right now. So I feel like this will actually be some good points to actually give and tips to give to you guys that are looking for jobs right now. Those of you who know me know that I'm not a teen. I'm not too far from a teen, but I am out of the teen stage now. But I still use these tips to get jobs, and I've recommended to other people as well. So hopefully these tips will be helpful to you as well. You should have a resume on file right now. So if you are applying for jobs and you don't have a resume, you are putting yourself at a huge disadvantage right now. A resume should be most importantly right now. So if you don't have one, pause what you're doing and create a resume right now, like ASAP, like right now. If you're confused on what a resume is or how to do a resume, I would go ahead and just Google resume, and it was so many options to pop up on what to do and how to do it. Most people are confused on what to put on a resume. So I have a couple different tips I do recommend on putting on your resume. Some of the few bullet points that I do recommend that you put on your resume is your experience, of course, your education, and basically like a summary of the things that you have did in the past. For example, if this is your first job, you don't have experience, which is totally fine. We all start somewhere. You basically can put like any sort of like volunteer work, after school work, any other thing that relates to that job. Even if you did things at home, for example, maybe you're applying for a fast food place and you cook before, like fried food and stuff in like a fryer. So you can kind of niche it into putting it into your resume. Like you do know how to cook fried food, you do know the food goes in the grease, like common knowledge stuff. So kind of incorporate that in there, even if it is just your first job.
What the fuck?
Another thing that I have not personally dealt with, but I do hear that jobs do have age discrimination. So try not to put your age on your resume. I don't even know if that's legal. Is that legal that they can do? I don't know, but I know some jobs do that. Like I said, I haven't personally dealt with it, but I do recommend leaving your age out of the resume. Obviously, when it gets to the interviewing point, then they'll know your age, but leave that out of the resume. You avoid any of that issue. You want to go ahead and apply everywhere. Obviously, that's like common knowledge. You're looking for a job, of course you're going to apply everywhere, but you want to apply everywhere, like everywhere in your area, so that way it ups your chances of getting a job. So some of the few websites that I do recommend that you guys try looking at for jobs is Indeed.com, Snagajob, and Monster.com. Those three are really good job websites that has helped me get my job on there. So I do recommend you guys trying those out as well. Following up. And so what I mean by following up is basically after you send in that application online, you basically want to call them up and see if they received it or not. So obviously you don't want to go ahead and call the same day. I usually wait about a day or two before actually following up with them and seeing if they received my application. For example, I had a job that I applied for and I sent in the application, and I waited about maybe 3 days and I didn't get a call back. And so I actually not a call back, I just never got a call. So I actually called them and asked them if they received it, and they said they did, and they actually wanted me to come in for an interview. So that's why I do recommend you guys following up with these jobs, because they do sometimes forget, I'm assuming, or I don't know, something comes up, I guess. So, but it's always good to just follow up on your end. That could be an interview right then and there and you wouldn't even know it. You want to go ahead and dress to impress. So your first impression is most importantly. So this is what they're going to see when they first see you for the interview. So you want to go ahead and dress professional like any other interview that you're going to be doing. And so, obviously you wouldn't be coming in there with some dingy clothes, some ripped shirts and stuff. Like, you want to come in there looking nice, not extremely overboard, like wearing like your prom stuff or something like that. No, like you want to go ahead, come in there professional but casual at the same time, if that makes any sense. Number 5, your availability. So you want to make sure that you are available as much as possible. So jobs want to see that you're available. Obviously, if they're trying to hire you, they're not going to get someone who's only available like 1 day a week. You know, they want to make sure you're available almost every day. Even if you're not available every day, which is totally fine, most people aren't, you want to put that on there. I do recommend maybe putting like maybe 30 to 40 hours a week. And even if you're not able to, obviously just put that at the beginning. You can change it once you are hired, but change it, you know, whatever your availability is, change it to that. But starting off, I do recommend you guys putting it for about 30 to 40 hours a week. That really ups your chances of getting a job comparing to someone who may have put they're not really that much available. Being confident during an interview. So during interviews, I mean, obviously they're nerve-wracking. I can do 100 interviews and I will still be nervous during each interview, you know what I'm saying? But I really try to prepare myself and calm myself down, because they can kind of see that when you're really nervous. And not saying it could, like, you know, mess up your chances of getting the job, but like, you just want to be confident in the job that you're applying for, because the interviewer sees that, and that will 100% up your chances of actually getting the job by you being confident, by you having that attitude that I'm here to get that job, I really want this job, and, you know, just having a confident mindset. So try not to be too nervous. I know that's kind of really hard to do because I struggle with that myself, but I really recommend preparing so that way you're not nervous during the interview. But that's about it. Hopefully these tips are helpful for you guys. I really try to sum it up and make it pretty simple. They're not difficult tips to follow, but a lot of people don't follow them, and this can kind of maybe lower your chances of actually getting the job by maybe not doing some of these tips. If this video was helpful, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you guys do subscribe so you guys are up to date on the videos that are going to be coming out. But I will see you guys on my next video. And that's about it. Deuces.